We are here.
Hey, y'all.
What is up, beautiful people?
We are here, everybody. This is a show we've been waiting for. We here with Joan, Miss Thrift Queen, man. Me and Regina been talking about you for a minute.
Hey, y'all. I'm sorry I'm in my pajamas. It's late, y'all. I'm old.
Hey, you got to be comfortable.
Yes.
What time is it there? It was 8?
8 o'clock.
Joan, you're tripping.
She in her pajamas at 8 o'clock.
I'm curled up underneath the covers at 8
She
o'clock.
said, I'm old.
No, you are not. We were talking about that. I told Derrick, I was like, she outdoes some of the girls in their 20s.
Yeah.
I wish.
Lord, you be all out of town.
Always in these streets.
She always in the streets.
So Swag Slayer says she'd be in the background. She got some things she's working on, but she's here in the background checking us out. So thank you very much, Tiana.
Okay.
Much love. There's my eyes. There's Econ. What is up, y'all? We got Jacob in the house. Jacob Michael is in the house. We got Mo, Reseller Niche. We got Derrick, the ATL Flipper, is up here.
Oh, I didn't know your name, ATL Flipper. I'm sorry. I always call him that. It's Derrick. Okay.
Yeah.
How did I know that?
Yeah, spelled the wrong way, but it's fine. It's all good. we got Secrets of Wonderlust Reselling. Those two are going to be on the show in a couple of weeks. We got the Nice City Seller, Avery Home Decor. We have me, of course. Hi, how you doing, Derrick? Number one in the world. Sugar Honey Iced Tea.
What's up, Sugar Honey?
No,
Sugar Honey.
No introduction needed. We got Yoni Adams in the house. Lone Star Picker is here with us. Louie, Ella, Save Here First, and the wonderful Miss Jennifer Hayes is here in the house.
Hey, Jen.
We got Matt from My World Ecom is here. We got Miss Eva's Closet. Have let's see, Galaxy CDs, Rocks and Flips. You got Ryan in the house. What is up, partner?
What's up, Ryan?
And of course, we have Joan. We have Joan with us today, folks.
Hey, y'all.
We've been waiting to get her back up in the house, and we are going. Last time she was here with Dante, and we focused just on her and what she does and her YouTube. We're gonna focus on her police career this time around. We want to hear about how you got started with the police. Just kind of some of the challenges that you went through being a police officer when you were, and we're going to go through maybe some scenarios and stuff like that if you want to talk about them. I can't wait to hear about this whole police officer stuff. Who else jumped in here before we let her introduce herself? I think we're caught up. Regina, you want to let this beautiful young lady introduce herself?
Yes, let's put you up on the solo.
Y'all don't got to put me. I don't need all that
now. Come on, you special. There you go.
Okay, y'all. I know I'm in a bad position. My camera is not angled right, but let's get started. How y'all doing? My name is Joan, and a lot of y'all know me as Thrift Queen. Thrift Queen Vlogs is my channel. I'm here. I do stuff. That's what I do. I do all kinds of stuff. So, yeah. And, I'm trying now to branch out to a whole bit different, bunch of different genres and not just thrifting. So, I'm getting out here trying to get my feet wet in these streets. That's about it. That's all. I'm me. I'm an old lady trying to hang in here with these kids. That's all.
And you're doing a good job.
Yes, yeah.
Very.
Thank you.
She's always. And before we do anything, well, let's get a couple more shout outs. It's Dacia's in the house. Very good to see you.
Hey, everybody.
I Spy Queen is here in the house. And let's see. And did I miss anybody else? I don't think so. If we missed you, we apologize. Before we what do you have going on right now, Joan? I saw on your last video, you're talking about your and everyone's not invited, especially the killers. But what are you trying to put together, Joan?
Somebody said my audio is low. We want to make sure my audio. I just checked it. I seem to be fine here. Does anybody else hear me?
No, we hear you good. It's just mine is really loud, and Regina has a microphone in her mouth, so
Okay.
What?
yeah.
Okay, I'm assuming it's okay. Okay. Nobody else is saying anything, so.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
you're good.
So right now, what I was doing is maybe about almost 2 years ago, I had talked about having a group trip, and a bunch of ladies and gentlemen, whoever wants to come, would meet in Las Vegas. And it got hectic. I mean, people start bringing out little itineraries where you had to be, you had to stay in a certain place, you had to be, you know, and I just said, you know what, exit. And I went by myself, right? So then, oh, it sounds like I'm distant. I wonder why.
I hear you fine. You sound fine to me.
Is it a way I can mess with the microphone on here?
No, you're good. You're good, Joan.
No,
We hear you.
it's on.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't stress over it. Are you on your phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. If you don't have a directional microphone on your phone, it sounds like you're a little distant, but you're coming through clear and fine. It just sounds like you're a little far.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if I got my earphones.
No, you're good, Joan. We can still hear you.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to speak up some, guys. So anyway, I wanted to put out now a possible, because we're doing the resellers challenge, and I said to myself, what am I going to do with all my little extra money? And then I thought, how about going on a trip? So I wanted to promote that to my viewers and say, hey, if you guys want to do a meetup in Vegas, like 3 days, you know, it's inexpensive if you know how to find your budget, you know, and it's a place where everybody can get together. And in those 3 days, you get a chance to do what you want to do. Everybody doesn't have to stick together like a kindergarten classroom trip. You know, you get out. People who want to hang out at night, hang out at night. People who want to thrift will thrift. People who, you know, you do whatever you want to do. But it's just a place for. And then we would have a time where we would all get together for dinner or lunch or whatever, you know, during the time. But other than that, you know, you can do what you want to do. It's just a trip, just a way for a lot of people to realize they could go away by it. I travel by myself all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all over these streets. So I say, you know, it's a way for people to realize that you can take your money, sell this stuff, and you can have something to do with it. People say, well, I can't afford vacations. Well, you can if you know, get out here and sell some of your junk.
Exactly. And when are you trying to go? Around what time are you trying to go?
So I was looking at August, but then I thought that might be too soon for some people. So then I thought maybe we would
October or something like that.
Sometime in October, because Vegas is still nice in October. It's not hot, but it's still nice, you know. And it's, you know, it will be a nice little trip. Yeah.
That sounds fun. And before we keep going, let's give a few more shout outs to people that's jumped in the house. You got Marcus Daly is in the house. What's up, Marcus? Thanks for stopping in. You got Rescue Resale, Renee and Rob. Thank you for jumping in here. We got Ecom. Ecom is in the house. Ecom is some of my overseas partners. So always good to see you guys. He's in the Philippines.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like 12 in the afternoon over there the next day. They're in the future.
In the future.
Let's see. Day Sherry already said hi. Connie is in the house. What's up, Connie?
Hi, Connie.
Leroy, Blood Sweat Sales. Good to see you. Leroy is my agent, Joan. So if you need to ask me any questions, please ask Leroy first. Let's see who else jumped up in here. Bearded Thrift Machine. What's up, homie? Always good to see you. Glad to see you back on your show. Caught that. Hot Flip Heidi is in the house. What's up, Heidi? Good to see you. And I think we're all caught up. Joan, what is this challenge that you're doing? You say you're doing a challenge.
It's a reseller. It's just, all it is it's no challenge against anybody else.
Right.
All it is challenging yourself. You know, like I said, I've said on the channel so many times, right now with this COVID thing, it taught us a lot. What it taught us is we got to find multiple streams of income, because anything could shut down at any time now. You know, we're not foolish enough anymore to think that the world is just waiting for us, you know. So to pull in multiple streams of income, looking at different ways, reselling is a good way. It's a good way. You don't have to do it all the time. You could do it when you say, okay, well, I got an extra couple bills coming in. I'm gonna get rid of some stuff. I'm gonna go out and pick up some stuff. I'm gonna have some stuff in my storage, you know, that I could sell when need be. Or you could just do it on the regular and put your money away and go on vacation every year. You know what I mean? So you might not need any extra money, or just stack it. Like, it's nothing wrong with selling and stacking because you just don't know, you know? So the challenge basically is challenging yourself to, one, let go of some things, or if you got to go thrift a couple things. But like I told everybody, you should have, everybody I'm sure has 20 things, especially people that thrift. You've got 20 things you could let go of in your house. You don't have to go spend no money, you know? And with that, just list them, right? But research and then list. And then whatever money you come up with, it's not a challenge to see who got the won the most thing. I mean, won the most money. It's not a challenge. Nobody's going to be rewarded. What it is just you showing yourself and others. Now, if you were to, Derrick, say you were to get in and you were going to upload 20 items, you might share a couple of your secrets with, as far as listing on your video. Now, that does a couple things. That attracts people to your channel, because this guy knows what he's doing. This guy is very, you know, he explains well. And this guy's actual reseller. You know, it could only help your channel, right? And then two, it also is helping other people who scared to death and out there shaking this to turn on a camera on themselves, or even list something because they think the IRS is going to come banging at their door. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It helps in so many other ways. This could help with YouTube as well as other people, you know? So I say that to say, it's a lot. I've been seeing people like, well, I don't know, that's too much work. Well, do you list 20 things? I mean, I've actually heard this from resellers.
Right.
Do you actually list 20 things a week? It's not no more work. It's nothing but cutting out 20 items out of, say you list 100 items a week. Just take 20, put them on the list, get involved in the challenge. And when in the end, when the videos do go up, you can say, yeah, I sold these. You may not sell all 20. You may only sell 2. You may sell all 20, and you may shock yourself and get $1,000 at the end of it.
Right.
But that's what the challenge is, challenging yourself. So that's it. And that's why I named it very simple, because so nobody would go up, well, you got to have 20 things, or you got to do this, or you got to be a professional reseller. No, the Resellers Challenge collab. You can't get no more preschool than that, you know? Just get in and do it, and stop being scared. You know, so many people are scared. So it's not funny. Yeah,
it is. I mean, and just like you said, if this pandemic didn't teach you that your job don't give a damn about you, then I don't know what else to tell you. You do have to have multiple streams of income. It's not hard. It's not hard to post something. And I'm not just saying that because I've been doing it. It's not hard to go on Facebook Marketplace, which is probably the easiest platform, to go on Mercari, which is probably the second easiest platform, or go on eBay, which is it has a little bit more work behind it, but it's still easy to post something that you already have in your house, and you will be surprised at what sells. Literally, you'll be shocked at what people buy. Like, I'm shocked every single day at what sells.
Let me tell you, this little thing right here. Look at that.
Oh, that's the thing I love. I love that thing.
When I tell you this thing came in a bag of junk, you know those bags you buy?
Yeah.
And I got it months ago. I looked it up. I couldn't believe these things go from $40 to $80 online. I'm telling you, and I had it sitting in a bag in there. I was like, oh, let me go through these little things and see what I can post.
Yep. It's just, and it's super, once you look it up, it is super easy to take a few pictures and post it. It is so easy. Before we keep going, let's give a few more shout outs. We already said hi to Heidi, Garland, hip hop thrifter. Thanks, bro, for joining us tonight. We have eBay addicts. Jeff is in the house. Much appreciated. Always happy to see you. Cheryl the reseller. Love her to death. Welcome. Yes. Welcome in the chat.
Shotgun to come in.
There you go. Shotgun 2 is in the house. Mr. Wing King.
Yes.
Always making some good ass chicken wings. I love chicken wings, man.
Me too.
I hate watching his videos on the late. I gotta watch his videos before 6 p.m. Because anything after, I'm pissed because I want some chicken wings. After that point, it's just not good when I'm watching that at 9 p.m. at night.
Yeah.
We got Miss Taffy in the house. Taffy is in the house. Leticia Cadena is in the house. Leticia, always great to see you, Leticia. And let's see, anybody else? I think that's everybody.
Yeah.
All right. What Leroy said, he said you're 100% right, Derrick. I was on eBay through talk to text because I have a slight spelling issue. No excuses for anyone. Yeah. Look, if you can go on, I think I said this in your chat too, Joan, when you had your live. If you can go on YouTube and search your favorite YouTuber, you can post something on Macari or Facebook.
Yes.
Literally.
Same exact thing. Yes.
Same exact thing. Same exact thing.
And you know, one other thing I wanted to add to that is that you don't have to sell it on an online platform for this challenge. You could set up a table in your front yard and do a yard sale. You could go to a flea market and sell a table. You know what I mean? It's just about taking this. All I want people to do, especially people who've never listed before, get some stuff together, research it. So, you know, because if you don't have experience, you wouldn't know what it's worth. And even people with experience, half the time I have no idea. I have to look something up before, you know. So I say that to say, however you get your money, get it. You can knock on all your neighbors' doors and say, hey, look at all this stuff I got for sale. Want something? You could sell it any kind of way you sell it. But at the end, I just want you to see what you've acquired in the end from that little bit of work. That was a stream of income. And say you do that once a month. Yeah. That's some money, you know?
And it's a challenge for yourself. Yeah, that's what it is. It's no challenge with anyone else. It's a challenge for yourself. You have money sitting around your house. You have money just sitting there. You have things you haven't touched in your garage for years. Mm-hmm. That's just money that somebody is probably looking for. And if you look at it in this aspect, look at it in the aspect of that you're a personal shopper for somebody out there. You don't know who you're a personal shopper for. You're just posting the item that they want. And they have now found that item on this platform that you post on, and you're their personal shopper now. They're now buying that from you. That's all you got to look at it as. You're someone's personal shopper. They just don't know it yet.
Yeah. And it's a buyer for everyone. You just never know what's going to sell on eBay or Macari or what somebody is looking for.
Yep.
Yes, indeed.
So that is the challenge that Joan has out there. She's challenging you guys to jump outside your comfort zone, get out there, make some money that you already have sitting around your house. She ain't telling you to go buy 1,000 things. What she's saying is you have money sitting in your house right now that you're not even touching. And all you got to do is simply list it from the comfort of your own home. You can be sitting on a toilet and list something if you've taken the pictures already.
Now that's real comfortable.
Yeah, I do.
And you know, I sold 3 things yesterday from Facebook Marketplace that I didn't even have to ship. I just met up with people. Yep. Right. Yep. And I tell them to meet me in the front of my development area because I'm in a gated community. I say, oh, just pull over there in that parking lot. I come out the gates, I meet them, I give them the thing, and then I wait for them to pull off and I go back in the gates. They have no idea I live here.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah.
Yes.
And Joan, where shouldn't they meet people at?
Don't start. Don't be meeting people in the back of Walmart where the killer is. Don't meet nobody nowhere where the killer is. Nobody. Nowhere.
Yes.
If so Joan will be there, don't meet them.
Joan said the killer hangs out at the end of the Walmart parking lot. That's where.
Yeah, don't be meet in the front of Walmart. Don't be meeting in the back where all them big trucks and the killer is back there. Don't do that. Because you won't get your money. You ain't never gonna get your money.
And you probably won't never be found.
Yes.
Oh my God. A nicety seller that's actually how I think when go back up. What did she say? That's actually how I think I'm sourcing and listing and taking photos. There you go. Yeah. That's how you do it. Let's talk about let's get into all the reselling stuff is out the way. The trip is out of the way. Let's talk about you, Joan. So we want to talk to Joan. If y'all didn't know, Joan was a police officer. And Joan, you want to let everybody know how long you was a police officer and where you were a police officer at?
Yes, I was almost 22 years on my job in law enforcement. I was a police officer in Camden City. I started out at the Camden County Prosecutor's Office. And when after being in the Camden County Prosecutor's Office for a few years, I was young, but at the prosecutor's office, I was doing paperwork, a lot of paperwork and typing up statements and all kinds of stuff. I wanted to get my feet out there in them streets. So I took the test to become a city police officer in the city where I grew up. I actually worked, the Camden County Prosecutor's Office is in Camden City anyway. And if anybody is familiar with Camden City is, whoa, that's all I can say.
What state is that in, Joan? What state is that? What state is New Jersey? Okay.
New Jersey. Okay.
And they recently, I'm going to say in the last like 5 years, 6 years, they disbanded the police department after I retired prior to that. And they came up with a county police department. It's the same thing. It's just the funding is different.
Okay.
But what I realized what they're doing is they're fudging numbers. They're making it seem like it's doing better when it's not doing better. That's what from the looks of it. I was just there like a week and a half ago, and they're fudging numbers. I'm telling you, we would get 2,000 calls a day in a 9 square mile city.
Wow.
And I always would tell somebody, if you are a police officer in that state, you have your full experience within 1 year. Where any other police department in the United States, it takes you 5 to 10 years to get pretty much your full experience, training. So, I mean, because you see everything. You see everything in that 1 year. You will see multiple rapes, multiple murders, multiple assaults, multiple robberies, multiple thefts, multiple fights, multiple everything in that 1 year that you're there. And so it was a tough job. It was a tough job, but it was home to me. I was pretty well known in the city because I come from a family that was pretty well known. And so it was a job though. When I tell you but I miss it. The funny thing is I do miss the job.
Yeah.
I retired early because I was disabled. I was arresting somebody and was injured and had a spinal cord injury during that tussle. So I retired early for that. But and I went out fully disabled. So that's why I retired, because I've been retired now for like 14 years.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let's talk about when you first joined the force. What year was that?
Oh, 1987.
So in 1987, Joan just says, I want to join the police force. How did that work?
I just took the test, waited on the test results. Then after that, because you go through civil service, they call you in to take the physical test. I meant the written test.
Yeah.
When you pass that, then you go in for your physical, where when they were taking my blood, I fainted. I tell y'all.
Okay.
Y'all, when I tell you, I'm sitting there and I was telling the lady, I said, I'm scared of this. I'm scared. She was like, oh, you'll be fine. And she put the needle in and I fell out the chair and hit the floor. I said, there's no way they're giving me this job. They called me back for the psychological test. I was shocked. I go back for the psychological, and then I got the notification that I was hired.
Wow. What did you do before you were a police?
I did work in law enforcement for the Camden County Prosecutor's Office, but I was a paper pusher.
You did. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So 87, you get on board. What was your first assignment? Like what your first year? Take us to your first year. 1987. You're out in the street.
Well, your first year, you actually 6 months. Well, 4.5 months of it, you're in training, and in the
4 to 6 months.
So I did about 4.5 months of police academy every day, 6 o'clock in the morning till 7, 8 o'clock at night. And that was torture. Military. Okay. Here, I always say this. You know how people watch stuff on TV and they try to play that part? Well, it was like the police academy does that. They take military on steroids, like, because they're fitting you in such a small frame.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, military's hard, but just think of egos, like 5 or 6 egos walking around you at all times, wanting to be the toughest military man out there. And then them putting it on you. Like, it is horrible the way they do they did that, especially with women. And I'm talking back then. There's a lot of women in law enforcement. I was number 12 female on my whole in my department ever.
That's what I was gonna ask. What kind of challenges did you face as a female in the academy?
A lot.
Were there any differences?
They would come and they would walk around you, just look at you, and just totally degrade you. So it wasn't it was horrible. It was horrible. And I remember one day standing there, and we were going through inspection, and one of the males, because we had all males, one female, but she wasn't a police officer. She was just like a PT instructor. But she, one of the men came around. And he said, "The hair that's laying off your head, because you had to have your hair up and twisted in a bun." And he said, "The hair that's laying off, that's too sexy to be a police officer. I want it shaved tomorrow."
Wow.
When I tell you they were horrible back then, some of the things that they said back then, you could not possibly say today. Yeah. Wow. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Wow. So
you
your hair,
shave your hair. You talking about the around the neck part, right?
They wanted all of that shaved off and like it trimmed, shaped up like a man.
Was it turning them on or something, Joe?
Listen, when I tell you the first day I walked in, see, I worked, like I said, I was in law enforcement. I worked with a lot of these guys, but I was a paper pusher. So I walked in the first day to, when we had to report for the academy, I had on a skirt suit, Jones of New York. If any of y'all are from back then, when Jones of New York was popping.
Yeah.
And I had on a silk shirt. I had on earrings. My hair was done, flowing to the side, long nails, high heels. Ooh. And I walk in and I sit down because that's how I always dress, right? And I sit down and they're like, oh, they tortured the whole class because I was looking like that. They said, no, you sit down, Brody. You sit down. Everybody else, she want to walk in here with that skirt suit on. Everybody does push-ups, which makes everybody not like me now.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Yep.
So they wanted to single you out.
Yep. I mean, they tortured me that day. That day when you had to get up and state where your previous employment was and who you were working for now, because in the academy, you have to be sent to the academy by a by a department. So I'm standing there telling it. But the funny thing is the academy is run by the county where I used to work, Camden County Prosecutor's Office is run by them. So I'm standing there stating that that's where I used to work and I'm now employed by Camden City. They tortured the whole class because one guy just couldn't understand that I actually left the prosecutor's office. I don't work there no more. He kept telling me I was wrong. So finally, one of the guys walked over and tapped him, was like, "No, you're wrong. She's down with Camden." Yeah. Wow. But it went on for like 40 minutes of them torturing everybody in there for me and making me just stand there in high heels. Do you know that them people didn't like me? All them men in that class did not like me.
I bet they didn't.
You got some strong tenacity.
Yep.
One shout out to Mize Vlogs. Thank you for joining us here. Twin Flippers, thank you for joining us tonight. Appreciate you. And before you guys do anything else, I'm looking here at these thumbs up. I'm going to refresh my screen here. We have 33 thumbs up. If y'all haven't hit that thumbs up, turn that gray thumb blue. Please go ahead and slide over there and hit that thumbs up. And also go ahead and drop your own links in the chat while we're sitting here talking to Joan, Miss Thrift Queen, about her police career. We're going to dive back into it. Hi, Renita. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you.
That's my auntie.
Oh, hi, auntie.
Hey, everybody. I'm saying hi to everybody now. I'm sorry because I don't want to keep breaking in. Go ahead. No, you're good. Anytime you want to jump in, just let us know. So, Joan, you're there, your first year, you're in training. After you get out of police academy, what's the first thing, your first day? Do you remember your first day out of the police academy? Yes, the first day out of the first day out of the police academy, you still have a little bit of training inside. And that's where they tell you, forget everything you learned in police academy. Now you learn by us on the street. So you get a week of that. Then after that, you are put out on the street with a training officer, and you are evaluated for 90 days by this training officer. And so you're kind of you really, like, I wasn't terribly scared. I was put in a part of a city that I did not grow up in, and it was well known as the worst part. Technically, what I realized, it was never the worst part, but it had that stigma in our city. I was assigned to North Camden. So I was like, should I quit? Right? But I was like, no, I done left my job. I got a mortgage. I got kids. You know what I mean? So I just went on ahead and stayed, and I did it. But that first night, I'll never forget that first day. It started out really easy, and I was like, okay, I can do this. We went out to the district house, got assigned our vehicle and all kinds of stuff. And you know, I'm out there meeting people, and we get this call. This man, some man in the projects doing. I forget what he was doing, but we get the call to go out there, and we see the guy. So I'm walking around one side of the building. My training officer, who was my temporary training officer, because the person I was assigned to wasn't there that day, my first day. So I had a temporary. And so he's walking around, and I'm coming around the other side of the building, and this man pulls a gun right in my face, y'all.
Whoa.
But it was a toy gun. And I'm going to tell you something. I thank God every day that I realized that there was a silver thing on the front of it. Normally it should be orange. To tell you it's a toy gun, he had some kind of way painted it silver, but it was a black gun, and that silver thing told me that it was a fake gun.
Wow.
It looked like it was a 9mm, and he ran off into a building, and then that's when he pulled the gun at the door. Now we're getting ready to run into this abandoned project house, like a townhouse, connected townhouse, and he's running in there. It's abandoned, it's dark, it's boarded up. And we're running in, and then Steve hollers. Oops, I said his name. My training officer. Well, he passed away now. God rest his soul. But he hollered, "Gun!" And I said, "It's fake. It's fake." So he said, "Are you sure?" He turns to me. I said, "It has a silver ring around the front." I said, "He painted it silver." So we were cautious after that. And so I said, "Well, I'm gonna run around the front." And he goes through the back where the guy went. So I run around the front. I come in through, kick the front door. We go in. We caught the guy upstairs. But I say that to say that could be somebody's child born.
Wow.
The boy was born about 22, 23.
Nowadays, right? Regina, I think you was about to say the same thing. Go. Nowadays, that's an instant shoot. Like that.
Sounds like he wanted to get shot.
I knew that I would have been okay had I shot him. Like everything would have been fine.
Right.
Except for the fact that I'm a mother. And I was, I know that, so I just thank God every day that I saw that and didn't shoot him, because he got a chance to go to jail and he got a chance to go home, because y'all know I lost my son to homicide.
Right.
So I know that feeling. I didn't know it then, but I know that feeling. Yeah.
Shout out to Bounty Nomad for jumping in here. Appreciate you. And Cali Reseller Louise, thank you so much, bro, for joining us tonight.
Well,
I think My World Ecom is talking to Nicety. Okay. Hey, Victoria. Good to see you. So we are here with
thank you.
We are here with Miss Joan, Thrift Queen, and Regina and myself. We're just talking to her a little bit about her police career. Right now, we're in her first rookie year, and one of the first days out on the job, she just told the story about someone pulling a gun out on her, but she saw that it was fake. Clearly, the times are different.
Yes.
And thank God it was her that actually saw that, because for sure, it's almost a guarantee nowadays. Like you're getting shot, and it would be warranted. Let's talk about that, though. Let's jump into that a little bit.
Oh man. So
there's been a lot of videos coming out, and I have my own personal feelings about it, and there's been a lot of videos coming out where I personally felt that the shootings were warranted because you just look at the facts, the evidence that's put in front of you, right? Perfect. One example is when the police officer got called out to, I think the family was having an argument, and the young lady ran out the house with a knife and I forget the name of the young lady, God rest her soul.
15-year-old girl.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And she came out and was literally stabbing her mom or cousin or something like that. And everyone was in an uproar because the police officer shot her. Now, what I saw looking at just plain view, someone running out of the house with a knife, stabbing other people, regardless of the situation. The police officer did their job.
Exactly.
So taking the color out of it, right? And that's what you got to do. You got to take the color out of it. They did their job. They were called out there to protect and serve. They were called because they needed help. And someone is running out of the house, regardless of the age. It's not like the police officer knew the age. It doesn't matter. That person ran out the house with a knife and was stabbing people. The end. It's kind of cut dry. Kind of cut dry to me.
It is. Now, here's the thing. This is the kicker. Had this police, people were like, well, why didn't he taser? Because the thing is, you might miss. The taser might not take effect. And this other person, now this is where the officer is charged. If that other person dies and you stand by and didn't stop that shot and stop that stabbing.
Right.
That's when you go to prison. That police officer would have went straight to prison for that.
Yes.
Because you can't stand by and watch it happen. That's why I couldn't do it nowadays. When I tell you it was a very secure career for me, because when I did get hurt, I was able to go out and collect my full pension.
Wow.
That's awesome.
You know
That's
what I mean? I'm able to live the rest of my life because I was hurt during the job. Now I say that to say, is that worth it nowadays? Absolutely not, because you will wind up in prison, even the good ones. Now don't get me wrong, those bad ones, the one why is my mind? Y'all know my old brain.
No, it's a lot of them. Yeah, it's a lot of them.
Minnesota.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The main one that's been out lately.
Yeah.
When I tell you that was the worst thing I had ever saw in my life, like I was more mad. Now, seeing the guy that did it, I wasn't shocked. But the ones that stood around and just let it happen and didn't say, hey, get off of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But then back in 2000, I want to say 5 or 6, it was a woman up in Rochester, New York.
Mm-hmm.
Can't call her name right now. Woman police officer.
Yep.
She did that, just that. But that blue line was so strong back then, and I know it well, that they just bombarded her out of the job. Do you know she was just recently, because of this situation that's going on now, she was finally awarded her pension and back pension.
Wow. With that type of work, Joan, it comes to a point where you have to take your emotion out of the job. How do you do that to make a good judgment about something without having your emotions involved?
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing, that you really can't take your emotions. They expect you to, but you can't, especially being a mother. Like I say, I've never been a male police officer, of course. We know that, right? However, mothers, like being a mother, when you see a young kid, and they're doing something and they're in the wrong position. Now, I was this type of cop. It was a kid that I'm gonna try hard. My hardest not to say this kid's name, but it was a kid who, by the time he was 15, was given and his parents his mother, an extremely hard time. He was trying to go out there on the corner selling drugs. He was drinking. I picked him up a couple times to take him home for truancy. And so I went in and I said, "What's wrong?" I said to him, "What's wrong?" And this is a big boy. So I said, "What's wrong?" I said, "Let me explain something to you. I take my belt off and I will tear your behind up." I said, "Look, this is me talking to you as a mother right now.
Right.
What do we?" And so, no, it's just my mom don't never buy me nothing, and kids tease me about my clothes. I only got one pair of shorts and this and that, and I said, "Listen." I said, there's always a way to help. You stop and talk to somebody and ask for help. You don't do this because now you're going to be arrested. Like people are going to, because I could have arrested him that day for what I got him for. So I take him home to his mother. I said, let me tell you something. I'm going to give you all these avenues that you could reach out to get help. But what I did was I went down to, now, this might not be right, but the people that stand on the corner and sell stuff like the fake designer bags and stuff. Yeah, they were my buddies. I'm sorry. So I went down and I had a conversation with one of the Jamaican guys down there, and I said, listen, it's a young boy down the street. I said, a couple blocks down, I said, he's getting ready to get in trouble. I said, he's trying to be out here to make a little money on the corner. I said, I got $100 bill. What could you give me where we could start building him a wardrobe? And he gave me like 5 pair of shorts. He gave me like 10 of those big old t-shirts that the kids were wearing. Oh, I'm talking, this is back maybe in the early 2000s, maybe mid 2000s. And so he gave me a bunch, like a big 2 shopping bags full of clothes, which clearly cost more than $100. But I guess he figured if I was chipping in, he could chip in.
Right.
And then I took the boy and I got him a pair of sneakers. And that boy went on. I went to his graduation. So I say that to say
that's
these
awesome.
are type of things that, and so I know I went around the corner with this, but I say that to say you can't really control your emotions. You ever see police officers on the side of the street, an accident or something like that, or a homicide, and they're kind of joking about something? It's to cough back tears.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you don't understand the effects of walking in and seeing a massacre, or you have to mentally bring yourself down from that. You know, it's hard. It's hard just like it is for anybody else. Yep. You know?
Hi, Chin Chin Sue. Thank you for joining us tonight. Much appreciated. We are here with Joan, Miss Thrift Queen. We are kind of walking a day in the life with her through her police career that she started back probably before y'all were born. A lot of y'all youngsters in here, but it's right in my era, 87. Drug that, like, what was the main drug back then? Was it like cocaine? What was the main drug?
Heroin was in full effect by then, but crack was like popping on the scene.
Yeah.
Crack was like running the show back then. Yeah.
Oh.
Did you have any days that you wish you would have stayed at the desk?
Many. But then you quickly get over it. You know, it's like days that the one time I ever realized in like that this job could honestly affect me. I might have had maybe 2 years on, and I was still working in the north side, and I got a call that a kid had got hit by a truck. So it was right across, like right catty corner our district house. I was inside, and they said anybody in the area of 7th and State, a child was hit by a truck. So I said, 104, I'm here. So I run out the door, and I run down. I see the truck. It's a tractor trailer, y'all. Woo! Little boy Ethan. I'm going to talk about Ethan because I'll talk about Ethan a lot. His name was Ethan. His mother had pulled up at her new boyfriend's house. She called her mother-in-law. And she got out of the car to go run her something. He was in his car seat, and she left the door open on a big street. It wasn't, it's a big street, and it's a main street. It runs through Camden. And she ran across the street, handing something to her mother-in-law. But little Ethan got out of, he's about 18 months old. He got out of his car seat, came out the car, and ran through the wheels of a tractor trailer.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Yep. That woman went crazy. She got on drugs eventually. To make a long story short, at the hospital, I know I got an award for that job because Cooper Hospital University, they're a trauma center there in Camden. They gave me an award, police appreciation week. I got an award at one of our ceremonies for the way I handled the job. When we got there, because there was the stepfather and the mother and her family and his family. Then there was the real father that came up to the hospital and all his brood. And when I tell you there was a melee at the hospital, and when I don't even know where it came from, but I shut it down. I assigned everybody their own places. I just handled it. Cooper Hospital security was standing around, but I was like, oh, not while that baby's laying there. I said, now you had your turn to the mother. I said, I'm taking the father and his parents back. So the boy was gone, but the point is, we had to let him see him. Right. He was a crime scene at that time. Anybody who dies, and when a lot of people get offended when you say no, you can't touch the body, or they become a crime scene. So now crime scene has to come out, and they have to go over every inch of his body, so people can't touch it. But I was able to let him come in and see, so he can have a final. Yes, it's true, because he really hadn't been in this boy's life. And that's what the argument was about. But guess what? You got time to argue about that later. He's gone today. You got 3 kids with this man and his family, So when I say that the way that was handled, that was a day that made me realize, wow. And I have a couple other that was like that. There was a lady who, the mayor of the city, her 2 sisters, they had a really big family in the city. And one of the sisters, all was in their 70s and 80s at this time. One was coming because, back in the city, you'll be out sitting on the stoop, big row homes, brick row homes. And
Joan, let everybody know what the stoop is.
The stoop is a step.
Okay.
But it's like 3 or 4 steps.
Right.
And they're small, and you're in row homes in the city. Not so much as brownstones, but in our city, we had just brick row homes. And they were more like the bowling alley. You open the front door, and for the most part, you could roll the ball. And it go out the back door. Those type. Or either some was set up a little different, but they were basically all the same thing.
Right.
And so we didn't have a lot of single homes in our town. Just a lot of row homes. And So, but then people sit outside because they can be hot. They're brick ovens in the summertime. So by the time the evening comes, everybody's out on their stoop, all up and down the street. The water, the fire hydrants going. Oh, my bracelets. I'm sorry. I know they probably did.
No, you're fine.
But so they're all sitting out on the stoop, and the one of the sisters, she had her great grandchild in a stroller, and she was sitting on the bottom step, and a couple of the other kids was up on the top of the step, and the sister came. She went to back in parallel park on the street, and her foot hit the gas as opposed to the brake. She hit her sister and the baby was gone.
Oh my God.
So when I tell you, I nursed that family back too. I remember it was TD Jakes has a Bible. Thou art loose. I still have that Bible.
Mm-hmm.
I took it to work with me the next day, and I photocopied one of he has these what do you call it? Like pages in the book, and he tells a story in those pages. And I photocopied it, and I went by the next day to give it to the family so they can read it and understand. They were on the fence of charging this woman. Well, what happened was she lost her license for the rest of her life. Like you can't make a mistake at almost 80 and kill, but she didn't go to jail. Because I was like, she does not need to go to jail. This lady is broken up in half.
Right.
We got her at the police station where she needs to be at the hospital. You know what I mean? So then the mayor came up and she pulled me to the side and she was like, I appreciate everything. Because the mayor, this is funny, used to be my high school principal.
Wow.
So
a small world.
Yes. So I grew up, and now she's the mayor of the city.
It sounds like you had a lot of times where you had to make some sound judgment, because a lot of times that don't happen. People don't make sound, clear-cut judgment, and they can make the wrong decisions.
And so I say all of that to say that that's when you can make a good decision. But when you are put on the spot of, okay, somebody's pointing a gun at you, or you think somebody got a gun at you and you're not sure, you just have to shoot. You can't play around with it, you know? So you have to make a decision sometimes, but sometimes you can be and they're the jobs that I remember most and that touch my heart the most is those type of jobs. Those type of jobs where I could make a decision, where I had a chance to sit back and say, whoa, wait a minute, what's going on around?
Right.
And then I can make a decision on that.
Right.
So yeah, it was, I've had some jobs.
Wow.
I had a job once where this little fresh tail girl, she's about 15. Oh my gosh, she cussed her mother. She snuck out the house, had boys in the house. I went over there, and the mother this mother, funny was, she worked at that hospital, and that's how I had came in contact with her, because we frequented the hospital a lot. You know, police was always at the hospital. So this woman, I went to her house. She called and she noticed who I was, and she said, "Officer Brody, can I talk to you?" So she said, and she explained everything that was going on with the daughter. We went there because the daughter had a boy in the house when the mom came home from work, and she called the police on her daughter. No, you don't call the police. You call your belt. Sorry, that's how I am. I'm one of them kind of moms. So I said, let me explain to you what you do. I said, we're going to have to double team her today. I said, I'm going to walk out this door, and you're going to take your belt and you're going to jack her up, but you're going to do it the right way. You ain't going to leave no bruises. You ain't going to be punching her in the face. You're going to tear that tail up.
Yep.
So I walk outside to my car. I come back in. She was like, she beat me. She hit me. I said, I ain't seen nothing. I was standing here the whole time. Why are you lying on your mother? And I wrote in my report that the child was insisting that the mother hit her. See, let me tell you something. That little girl went on to graduate high school and go on to college too. Because every time I came out there, I ain't seen nothing.
Yeah.
Every time. It took her about 2 or 3 times. I ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen nothing. I ain't hear nothing. I was standing here all the time. Because, see, these kids think that they can get on the phone and call DIFUS. But like I told the mom, I got you, because I'm writing in the report that she's saying this during the time I was here talking to you.
Yeah.
So you're covered.
Yeah.
And then she started listening to her mom. You know, so it's things like that. Sometimes you got to go around the law a little bit.
Right.
That's what works. I'd rather that happen than see that little girl in jail by the time she's 19 for 20 years for making a bad decision. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jen for jumping up here. If we didn't say hi to you, Jen. Shar, thank you for joining us tonight. I think we already said hi to Secrets of Wanderlust. let's see. Anybody else? If you jumped in here and we missed you, I apologize. It's not purposely. We're just here talking to Joan, Mr. Queen. I was talking to her about her police career. We have Cheryl. Cheryl said a woman in my apartment complex got impaled by a disability service van the same way. The driver mistaked the gas pedal for the brake.
Yeah.
This was only a few months ago. Yeah, that's tough, man.
Yeah. And the sister, the woman's sister who she hit, she had 2 broken arms. And the baby, it was crushed in the stroller into the stoop.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
How did you just kind of talking about the job in general, was there something that you did to once you were, technically with police, you're off the clock, but you're not, right? You're still a police officer when you get off, and people know you're a police officer.
Yeah.
When you technically, I'm going to put this, when you technically was off the clock, how did you release and was able to go home and kind of mentally be as normal as you can?
Well, you know what? You don't get to be normal because you really don't get to be normal. You can go home and do normal things, but your mind is still racing in that mode. So you really don't get to. You know what I did? I did a whole lot of decorating. I did decorating for my friends, for myself. I went to the flea market, which wasn't far from my house. I stayed there on the weekends whenever I had a few minutes on the weekends. Towards the end of my career, though, I started a security business of my own. So I didn't have a waking moment. Any minute I had free was sleep. That was it.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was like, but during my early years with the kids, I would just pour myself into activities. My son, he loved to torture me. He wanted to join. He would belong to like 3 or 4 basketball leagues, plus play for the school. You know what I mean? So I had a calendar where I would have people that I knew that was in my corner, like my brother, my sister-in-law, my neighbors, that they would, days I had to work evenings on my shifts that I worked 3, I would go to work at 3 and I would get off at 1 o'clock in the morning on those shifts because I worked swing shifts. So I would have where somebody would be penciled in, or nights I had to go in at 11 o'clock and get off at 7 in the morning. I would have to have some sleep. So I would show up at a game and then somebody else would come fill in for me, you know. So I just had to make it happen. I mean, it was not easy doing it, being a single parent, because my ex was on drugs after my kids were like 11 and 9, about 8 and a half to 9 and 11. He decided he was going to smoke crack. So he had to leave, you know, so that whole situation was dissolved and I became a single parent.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. It was rampant. Like you said, it was rampant back there in that time. It was so accessible and it was getting handed out like it was candy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Topher who just jumped in here. Also, my reseller Charles, thank you so much for joining us. She was with us last week on our show. Garland said, I just got hit on May 29th. The lady said she hit the gas instead of the brakes. Could have ended a lot worse. Praise God. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yes.
Glad you was able to live through that.
Cheryl, reseller. You are too funny.
She is funny.
Yeah, Cheryl said, oh, decorating. I thought she said, I did a whole lot of dickery. Like she's over here making up words. I don't. She was like, yeah, get it, Joan.
I'm talking fast. That's probably what it is. I'm trying to get all of my words in.
See? Oh, man. Yeah, I don't even know if that's a word.
And then you had your own security business that you started.
Yeah.
So when did you start that?
Probably about 4 years before, 3 years before it wasn't a full 4 years before I retired, before I got injured.
Okay.
And then it was going while I was injured, but it was going haphazardly. Like I was dependent on other people to do things for me. All I did was took jobs from companies that needed extra security, armed security. A lot of them wanted armed police officers. And so say the job paid $30 an hour. I would pay $22.50 for an extra little side job. On the weekend, you just go and sitting somewhere doing something or something like that. Or I might pay $20, you know, for that job in the hour. So that it would just be, you know, chump change for whatever, you know, and I would hire out police officers. So I had a lot of them that worked. and did the job. And that's all it was. Or I would take shifts.
Right.
So I would make the whole $30 an hour. But I would kick back $7 towards the company because I had to keep the company going.
Yep.
But so I did that. But then once I had the opportunity that I realized I was going to have to retire and pull my pension, I could never work in law enforcement again and collect my pension because I went out disabled. However, I could do anything else in the world I wanted to do and pull in and as much money as I want and still collect my pension, health benefits, life insurance, everything is included.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's a good deal right there.
Yeah.
What's up, Thrifty Lobster? Excuse me. Thank you for joining us tonight. We are here with Joan, Thrift Queen, here talking about her police career. So you did 22 years in the police department.
Yeah, in altogether.
In law enforcement in general, 22 years. Right. Out of all those years, take us through your hardest year. I know there has to be a year that stood out and you was like, man, this was a tough year. And what made it tough?
It was my last year. It was my last year that, technically my last year, physically my last year, but I stayed on 2 more years after that because I was trying my hardest to get back into the job. I did not want to leave. I really didn't. The last day that I actually worked in law enforcement was, like on the street. Well, let's go back a couple of weeks, 6 weeks prior to that. I had been in special operations unit where we did drug reversals. I mean, I played drug dealer, prostitute, everything you could think of.
Wow, I want to hear about that.
Oh yeah, I was in hot pants and high heels, honey.
What?
Oh yeah, all up in them streets. And so yes, I played drug addict. I played everything. I played drug dealer. I mean, I was everything in the world, everything you could be in that department. So I'm in special operations, and I had this kind of mouth on me that, again, like this is why police officers stick to what they know and don't be getting involved. You know, a lot of people say, well, why don't they get involved and why don't they speak up? Because stuff like this happens. Now, here I am, I was in my 40s, and I'm at work, and at this point in my life, I'm in special operations. I'm kind of laid back. I'm talking with the senior citizens a lot, making sure smoke detectors work. I'm not going to breeze at this point. Every now and then I got to do something major, but for the most part, I'm going to breeze walk.
Yeah.
So one of the lieutenants came in, so me and the sergeant had passed a couple words about something that was going on in the department. And so the lieutenant came in and said, what's your problem, Brody? You got a problem? And I was like, I do have a problem. And I already spoke on my problem and ain't nothing going to be done with that problem. So just carry on. And we're in roll call. I was like, carry on. Back to, my mouth. So he was like, are you kidding me? He's like, come in my office. I said, honestly, I would prefer not to. But if you insist, I get up, I walk in there. And now, mind you, everybody's in roll call. So I go back, I sit back on my chair. After I talked to him for a few minutes, he was like, I said, look, I'm tired of this. I said, I'm tired of trying to make things right. And it ain't going to never, and I'm telling him. So that was our last day of the shift. The first day of the shift, comes back to the next shift. They were like, Brody, you're transferred to patrol division. You can go home, sleep for 2 days. You can start midnight shift. So I was in patrol.
Wow.
Yes. 205.
Patrol.
Yes. And then during that 6 weeks, I had a whole bunch of hiccups. I had a police sergeant who, he was for a different squad, but he had went in and what he did, oh God, and it's hard for me to say this, but I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it just like it is, because guess what? It's over with. He actually committed suicide for this situation. That's why it's hard.
Wow.
He was sleeping. Had a drug problem. He was sleeping with prostitutes, and one of the prostitutes had came to me and told me that she called 911 and told 911 that the 911 operator that the sergeant had sex with her and didn't pay, and that technically she calls that rape because the sergeant and he took her crack. They were smoking crack together. He took the rest and whatever. Now this is on the 911 call. So she tells me this earlier that day. So I'm standing out on a job and I get a call from, again, I told you I used to work with the prosecutor's office. It was a prosecutor that came in the same day. We were both young. They started the same day I did. And I'm going to call him MW. And MW had since became a investigator because he wanted to get his feet out there in the streets too.
Yeah.
So we always were close because we started that job on the same day way back when. So he would call me when he needed me because he knew I was over with Camden. He was still with the prosecutor's office, but he wasn't a prosecutor anymore. He eventually went back to be a prosecutor too. But at this point, he was an investigator. And he was listening to 911 calls, monitoring them, and heard it. So he contacts me because everybody knew of me working special operations. I knew every prostitute that walked the street. So he contacts me and says, put me in touch with this prostitute because she didn't want to be identified. So I did. He gave me the call. I listened to the call. I knew exactly who it was. It was two girls who were stone cold drug addicts. And so I went back to him and I told him I knew who it was. I tracked him down. I called him when I had him. I said, he's fine to talk to. I said, this guy ain't even with Camden. He's with the prosecutor's office. Y'all can talk to him. That was my affiliation in there, right? So, and the funny thing is, she had already told me, so I knew who it was, right? So anyway, they started treating me horribly. They insisted. I got a call to this job, and I'm gonna try to make this quick because I know we're on here. But I got a call to this job that was somebody was reporting their car stolen, and I get there, and I was sent by myself, which is fine because that's how it is. You know, it was almost time to leave that day, and it was evening, probably about 3:30, 4 o'clock. I got off at 5. I get there, but it was a crack house. We called them abandonments back then. Abandoned houses, we call them abandoned. And so I walk up to the steps and they're like, come in. I'm like, you're reporting a car stolen, right? They're like, yeah, but come in. Now I'm by myself and I'm walking into a house full of crackheads. I said, no, I'm not coming in. I walk back down the steps. Y'all can come out here. And then, oh, you're too good to come in. I said, yes, I am. To be honest with you, yeah, I am. So you want to report the car stolen? Well, they called in on me to report me. That sergeant and another lieutenant from another my squad, my lieutenant, came out. And they said, you need to be out here and you need to guess who was monitoring 911 again? Same guy, MW. Yeah. So MW pulls up on the scene. So because this is like 2 days after all of this goes on. Well, because when the people called 911 and they said Officer Brody badge 1121 is out here and she's refusing to come in and she's being rude. I wasn't being rude. I'm not coming in your house. A car couldn't possibly have ever been in your house. Your evidence is outside. Is it broken window? Did you give somebody a key? We could talk out here about cars.
Right.
You know, there's no reason for me to be inside your crack den. So, yeah. Because like I said, I got to the step. I look in. First of all, there's no legal electric on in there. I could see the cord going from the pole to the house.
Right.
So already, I'm getting ready to call the electric company, which we had PSE&G back then. So anyway, he comes out and he says, they're really coming down on me because I didn't go in the house. I'm like, Lieutenant, I said, you mean to tell me that you wanted me to, you thought I should walk up in that house? Well, that's what your job is. You get
sounds like a setup.
It was a setup. It was a setup. So so the guy MW said, absolutely not. Both of you leave because now the county is over us. So he told them to leave. I would finish writing the job. And then my lieutenant said, no, the sergeant will write the job. And he said, so then MW says, no, Brody will write the job. The sergeant will go and do what he's supposed to be doing. He's supposed to be taking a drug test at this moment. So instead of going to take the drug test that they told him to go take, he's out here trying to harass me.
Right.
MW was listening on the radio and heard it. So I could have been in that same situation. Wow. A few weeks later, now we fast forward back to a few weeks later, I'm at a job. They send me to a sexual assault. And which was no big thing because I was a SANE officer. And SANE was the acronym for our sexual assault and the hospital, the trauma that did our examinations and everything.
Right.
So because I had a way of talking to people, I was able, to pull information out of our victim and make them feel comfortable enough to get the examination. So I did handle a lot of those jobs. It didn't bother me. It was at a senior center. Okay, that's how crazy this is, right, y'all? So I get to the senior center and I walk in, and the 911 operator really dropped the ball on this. I get there, I'm talking to one of the administrators, and she says this woman is 67 years old and she's been being sexually assaulted by her 66-year-old brother for months. And they all live with the other sister who's 62, who keeps them at the daycare.
Oh.
So I go in, I'm talking to the lady. She said, yeah, he comes in and takes off her clothes and makes her have sex, and then he leaves. And it's been going on for a while now. And she finally couldn't take it no more. So then the lady says, there he goes right there. Now, the same thing we were talking about with that girl that had the knife and the cop, that if he hadn't shot her, had I not taken this guy and, put him under arrest, I would have been fired from my job because I didn't do my job.
Yes.
So I had to go. Now, meanwhile, he's 66 years old, but he's 6'6". And he got big, giant old bones. He wasn't really fat, but he had bones. I just was trying to put my hand around his, and it was like this. Like I could barely get my hand around his wrist to try to pull. So we tussled, and thank God he was as old as he was, because he was a little frail. We both fell to the ground. And I got the one arm, and I went to get the cuff on him, put the cuff on him, and it kind of cut him. At that point, I didn't care, because I'm fighting to get. Meanwhile, I had twisted in a way that the disc popped out of my back, out of my vertebrae, and it crushed my spinal cord. I had no idea. That was the downfall. So after emergency surgery, after a whole lot of mess, I was disabled for life.
Wow.
I lost, I don't go to the bathroom. Let's just say that, like normal people. Either urination or defecation. It's all messed up. The nerves are gone. And then I have drop foot in one of my feet. And then I also
what's drop foot, Joan? What's drop foot?
Well, it's when you walk, your foot kind of It took me 2 years of therapy for me to really admit the fact that I could not go back to work. I fought tooth and nail. And even the last moment I got my doctor to give me you could return to work. I lasted for 4 hours. And in the PAL division, a police athletic league, with you have the kids. You're talking to the kids. I was there. I couldn't make it up the steps twice. So I called into my doctor. I called into my sergeant. I said, Sarge, the doctor's right. I can't do it. And he said, come in and get your paperwork. You're done. So I went on and I called out for my last, I called out that 10-7 for my last time. And that was it. I knew I was never going back to work. But I didn't want to do it so bad. And that day I had cardiac syndrome. A lot of people don't know what it is. When I went to the hospital, they didn't know. They gave me what is the thing called? MRI and everything. Yeah. They didn't see
what exactly is that?
It's when what happens is it's when for some sudden, it's a sudden thing. I had a fall. It could be a car accident. It could be pressure that finally pops one of your discs in your back, or something. Something around the nerves will crush your. It's not. You know how sciatica is pressing on the nerve, but it crushes your spinal cord. So it's like putting a rubber band around your spinal cord. Everything from my belly button down was slipping away from me. That's why it affected my uterus. I had to have a hysterectomy. It affected my bladder, my bowels, my limbs, my feet, everything. And it stayed like that for 32 hours until they realized what it was.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, that would be a terrible last year. I mean, that's a bad year. That is totally a bad year.
And then it just I felt so alone because I didn't have coming off of that situation with that. Because meanwhile, like I said, that sergeant a couple weeks later committed suicide. His drug test came back bad. He was getting ready to be arrested in a couple days. He knew it was coming, and he committed suicide in his house. So I didn't have the support of the department like I really should have. Right. Now, when my son passed, I must say they all came together for me. They were there. They did the parade. They did everything when my son passed. But prior to that, they didn't really have my back when all of this was going down.
Damn.
None of it. Yeah. So I was alone. I had some of the people on my squad that showed up right in the beginning, but then it was dead. It was over with.
And we gonna go ahead, Regina.
Because you were standing up for justice and truth, and they wanted to stick with the we're a team. This is the brotherhood. So, wow.
And you see that play out so far, like so often. People, the police officers trying to do the right thing, but the code of the blue, right? Is that what they call it, Joan?
Yeah, the blue line.
Yeah, the blue line. Yeah, the blue line is it's like a cult. You know what I'm saying? They look, either you with them or against them. That's how they say it.
Yeah.
And I hate when people use their authority or their position to do evil.
Yeah, it's outrageous. And that drove me crazy most. And the thing is, I'm not going to jam myself up for nobody else. Like, I am not, if it's like, here's the thing, why not do it? And that's what I said. When I had me and that sergeant and a couple other people had a conversation about it the very next day after it happened, I said, why not do it? If you got a problem with drugs, go to rehab. Tell them that you got caught up in something. You know what I mean? Why on earth are you out here with these prostitutes who you know are going to talk? You know I work with them. You know they're going to say my name. That wasn't the only time I got caught up in that stuff. But I kind of finagled my way through a couple times, but made some enemies. This time, he was one of the good old boys.
Yep.
If you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
Yeah, he was one of them good old boys.
Shout out to 4 Hours Thrifting for joining us. There's been a few people. Best Yet Journeys, thank you for jumping in here. Finds of Yesterday, thank you for joining us tonight. We also had Akil, thank you for jumping in here, joining us tonight. And anyone else whom we may have missed, thank you guys all for joining us. We are here with Joan, Thrift Queen. She's just wrapping up her last year with the police department, which was her worst year. And you guys kind of jumped in. If you're just jumping in, you jumped in on her story about what made it her worst year. Shout out to Danny Stanton. And as y'all coming in, please make sure y'all hitting that thumbs up. Please don't forget that. Hit that thumbs up, and make sure you go over, check out their Queen's channel.
Yes.
Check it out. See if it's something that you like. You don't have to subscribe. I mean, go check it out if you like it. Yeah, if you like it, go check it out. Also, what was I going to say? I completely lost train of thought. I was reading something right now. 4 Hour said, I'm sorry, John, that you went through all of that, but God kept you so you could share your testimony with us.
Thank you so much, friend. Thank you.
Yeah. So, Farm Girl, Noelle, thank you, Noelle, for joining us tonight. She says, my struggles seem like nothing. Much love to you, Joan.
Oh.
Like we all have our stories, and Joan is probably, as far, I watch a lot of YouTube channels. A lot of non-reseller YouTube channels. Joan is probably the best storyteller that I've seen out here. Because it's not like it's made, you clearly tell it's the truth, because it's just flowing. It's flowing. And if y'all haven't never joined her lives, she makes it a point to make everyone feel included in her lives. She's always communicating. She always gives you a shout out. She literally tries to answer every question that comes across the screen. And when some nonsense pops off in the chat, best believe she's gonna address that too. So that's
she does. It's fun.
When I say get in the corner,
get in the corner.
That's what you said.
What else you say? You say we ain't doing that tonight.
Not tonight.
And then she'll be like, I'm gonna give you one more chance.
So guys, we're at an hour and 14 minutes. We can sit right here and talk to Joan forever, because it's just that fun. It flies by so freaking fast. Yeah. What I want to do, Joan, I want to do a giveaway, as we like to do. I want to do a giveaway on behalf of our channel. It's nothing. It's just a $10 Starbucks gift card that'll get you one drink and one Rice Krispie treat from Starbucks.
Exactly right. You tried it.
Yeah, from Starbucks.
I wanted to do a giveaway myself today.
Okay, look. So what we're gonna do, we'll let Joan pop in. If she wants to do her giveaway, we'll go ahead and get it up there. Joan, what do you want to do for your giveaway?
What I want to do is I want to do it at 1 hour of one-on-one video chat with somebody with a small channel who really needs the help of getting started with YouTube. And that I could share some of the ins and outs that I have, some of the do's and don'ts, some of the, just 1 hour, ask me the questions you need to try to build your channel. I mean, I did everything natural by myself. You know what I mean? To get where I am on YouTube. And if I could share just a little bit of one-on-one and answer that person's questions and help them build their channel, I would like to do that.
That's what I like about you. You're always building up others.
Yes.
I remember when I first approached you about being on Humpday Hangout, and I didn't have a whole lot of subscribers. Mm-hmm. You could have said, if you don't go head on somewhere.
I would never. But
I remember that too.
Even qualified. I was like, oh, Regina, I can't do that. I don't read. I'm not like that. She was like, yes, you can, girl. You can do it. So I was like, okay.
This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. Well, we're not even going to do anything special. Joan wants to offer her time to you. You can pick her brain. Joan has quite a few subscribers, and she has. Me and Regina was talking about this. You have the difference between a subscriber and a supporter.
Yes.
Joan has a lot of supporters, right? People that actually support her, care about her, comment, show up in her chat. That's the amazing part about it. That's what you want. You're going to have subscribers, of course.
Right.
I think subscribers are kind of required for you even to hit that milestone that you want, that 1,000. You're going to get subscribers, but what you want is true supporters.
Yes.
You want true supporters that's going to come in there and comment on your videos and come to your lives. You can pop up on a random live and have 50 to 100 people in your live. It's crazy. So those are supporters, not just subscribers. So Joan wants to offer an hour of her time to answer any of your questions, to help any small YouTuber out. And small can be in your own eyes. So whatever small is in your own eyes, and we're not going to do anything fancy about it. If you guys want Joan's undivided attention to help you guys in any way, the first person to drop the number 19 in the chat that wants Joan's help, we're going to do it that way. First person to drop 19. If you are interested, please understand. This ain't no game.
Wait, Jennifer Hayes said it right. She knows I don't have no subscribers and I don't have no supporters. I got friends. They're my friends.
There you go.
That's when I first started. I was like, look, I got friends.
There you go.
And it followed me through.
Look, we got it right there. Noelle. So no, this is Noelle. I like Noelle, Farm Girl Scavenger, but Noelle is someone she's kind of one of those people. We've talked behind the scenes as well. Mm-hmm. She's tired of all the shade that people be throwing out here. She's a realist, and I think the conversation you would have with Noelle would be great. You guys are kind of see things from the same viewpoint. I feel, and I'm so passionate about people building their channel naturally. There's nothing wrong. Look, there's nothing wrong with shout outs. There's nothing wrong with anything like that. But me personally, I don't want a shout out. I never want a shout out. I would never reach for a shout out. I want to build everything naturally myself. I don't give a damn how long it takes. I just want to ensure that I get the most bang for my buck, and most people are watching me for my content and not just because they were told to watch me.
Right.
So Joan, there you go. You got Miss Noelle. How do you want her to reach out to you?
My email is in every one of my videos. Just scroll down in the description box. It'll say for business inquiries. Just email me at that email, and I will get in touch back with you, and we'll set up a date, and we will do even if we do Messenger. That's an easy one-on-one video. We can even do that. So as simple as that. All you need is your cell phone. We could do Messenger, and we'll sit for about an hour, and we will chit-chat, and I'll share some of the things I have. I don't know the size of your channel or if you even started yet, but we'll get you on the right ball of trying to get out here and building something.
Yeah, Noelle's out in the streets. She's out in the streets, but anytime you can pick someone's brain that has the gift of gab, I would say take that opportunity to do that.
Exactly.
Because it does nothing but help you. That's all. It does nothing but help you. And I was having this. We have a chat Regina knows, and we have a chat that I do on Wednesdays. It's a few fellas, and we get together on I forget that app. This is a video chat app. It's myself, the ATL Flipper, Bounty Nomad that was in here, and the Kill. We get on every Wednesday, variation of time, and we literally just chat it up, man, and we just pick each other's brain and we uplift each other and anything possible that we can do to help each other out. Just get through these vigorous days of life and give each other support for the business that we do. It's literally just uplifting each other, and I feel like we all need to take the opportunity to jump out there and uplift each other as much as we can, even if I don't give. Okay, this is going completely against what I've been saying, but the more I've self-reflected, it makes sense to me. People that are putting out consistent content and you see them growing, not people that's putting out. Look, let's keep it 100. We know people drop some trash ass videos, right? I'm talking about just garbage.
Yes.
If you see they're not even trying, I don't want you to support that, because I don't want you supporting garbage and just giving people subscribers just because. What I do want is this: if someone is under 1,000, I don't give a damn. You just want to get them to that 1,000 point, and if they're putting up consistent content and they're growing and you see they're really trying on their channel, why not subscribe to them? And I'm talking about just to get them to that 1,000. Why not subscribe to them? Even if it's not what you like watching, you just want to get them to that 1,000 mark. That is the key,
and it doesn't hurt anyone.
I've always been one, and I'm going to let you talk, Joan, because I know you probably have something to say on that. I've just been one to say you don't want blind subscribers. I get that. But if I'm going to support somebody, I support makeup channels. I don't wear no goddamn makeup. Do I look like I wear makeup? This is natural. All this caramel right here, this is all natural right here.
Look at that skin, it's glowing.
You see this glow, this soul glow right here? This is like Last Dragon. I got the glow. I don't watch makeup channels, but you know what? For I see these channels, all these channels, and they put out consistent content and they're trying and they're putting out great quality content. I subscribe to them. Why? Because I want them to get monetized. For the people that really watch those channels, why not give them the opportunity to get monetized? Because they're putting out great content. They're putting out great. It's not for me, but they're putting out great content.
Exactly.
So, Joan, sorry, Joan, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, the one thing I want to say about being monetized, and there is a misconception, and I swear by this, you can get to, all right, say, I'm going to give this example. Say you normally get 57 views to 100 views every video, right? And you get to 1,000 subscribers. You at this point, you don't have enough money to be, enough time to be monetized, because you still need the 4,000 hours.
Right.
So adding all of that up, you still don't have that. Now you're working on your time. Here's the thing. It's better to me to get your time first and to attract viewers. Now, I say this because you can get that 1,000 subscribers. You will get to finally, even when you get to the 4,000 hours, and you will never get a check until you make $100. Now, it is extremely hard to get to $100 when your views are that low.
Right.
You might make $4.87 or 12 on a good month, $12 and something cents. All that money is sitting in a bank, just waiting in this little thing, just waiting for you to hit. So it could take you 6 months, 7 months to get your first check.
Yes.
I say build it from the bottom. And the first month, I got paid for 9 days. I made $144 with 3,000 subscribers I had when I first, because I was in that holdback time. But the first, when they finally said, yes, you're monetized, and put ads on for 9 days that month, I made $144. And then the lowest month I ever had, and was the saddest month, was around $300. It's a bad month, extremely bad month, where I didn't upload. And that was just a couple months ago. Like, what was that? I think it was February's. For March. So I say that to say, if you focus on your viewers, the moment you get monetized, you will be at the same level with viewers, and then you will be able to get your check. But you will see yourself sitting in a point in a flat, like your flat line, waiting to get a check. The only difference is now you got ads, but you ain't receiving no money because you didn't focus on those views. Yeah. So yes, you want to get to the 1,000 subscribers, but you also want to, now let's talk about how to focus on views. Challenges, collaborations, guys, you got to get in them. You got to start inventing them in the reseller community. That's why I did this one. Now, everybody who joins this collab that I did, everybody in the reseller community, you're going to get my subscribers, Derrick's subscribers if he decides to join. I know Will's in it. All these people will be looking at your video. They will be watching the tips you have in your videos. They'll be watching your video style. They'll be watching what you sell and what type of good stuff you get and want to come and watch your channel for that. That's going to get you subscribers. Now, I started out in home decor, tablescapes and thrifting and all of that. And we did collabs on that. I did DIYs, $10 thrift flips. I brought so many different people to my channel with that. People who are interested in not only what we were doing, but your personality. You see what I'm saying? So those I think are the things that you should work on more, because then you're going up the line, up the ladder level, as opposed to being down here with views and up here with subscribers. You get there and you just like, okay, I'm hanging here, and then when you finally do even get up with your hours, I'm still hanging here, still ain't got nothing. And to build it right. Now, I agree with what you say. Get people to 1,000 subscribers, but also don't stop focusing on the viewership.
Exactly.
Supporters are supporters. Viewers are viewers. Viewers is that person that's going to have you on notifications and, oh, her video's up or his video is up. That's a viewer. That's who you want to, and I engage with my viewers. I have a personal relationship with my viewers, all of my viewers, because they come to my lives and I know everything about them. You'll hear me call out, and what's your daughter doing? How's your daughter? How's Jennifer's job interview go? Because I am honestly invested in these people. Yes. You know what I mean? And I know that these are the people who actually view my videos. Right. Then I have supporters, people who are around who will support me. That they'll pop by every now and then, and they're, hey, Joan, they'll pop into live sometimes. But the people who show up to my videos, the minute they go up or within that first hour, they're the people I know are the people who are really definitely my viewers. So, okay, I had to, I'm always in somebody's business. I got to butt in. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, that's what, how we do it here, man. We want everybody to drop their 2 cents and just get different perspectives from everyone. When you're on your YouTube, you have to adapt and adjust and grow. If you can't look at your videos from day one to now and see that you've adapted and grown and adjusted, then what it's probably not for you. Let's just keep it real. It's probably not for you, and I respect you for keep dropping those videos. But if you don't see growth in your videos, then it's something that you're not doing. You're not collab.
Personality. Yeah. Sometimes it's your person that does not with the rest of the world. And that's okay.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Sometimes people, I think they try to stay on the trajectory of what people expect them to do or what's popular, and they don't do things that brings out their personality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, let me read a couple of comments here and then I'll do this giveaway. I Spy Queen says, we're going to go up to her beginning and say, I just want to be able to go live on my phone, and we put out content every other day, and I feel we do good and different things to show. I don't feel we are boring, but this is my personal opinion. And we have been on a year, almost on the 22nd, and it's sad that we have not reached our goal. I honestly feel some type of way about that. My feelings are hurt, honestly. So we can all touch on that.
Hold up. Say that again. I'm sorry, because I'm trying to find the comment.
No, it's all right. We'll start. So the one on the screen, it says, I just want to be able to go live on my phone, and we put out content every other day, and I feel we do a good job. Different things to bring different things to the show, but I don't feel we are boring. But this is my personal opinion. And then she continues down a little further. It says, and we have been on a year, almost on the 22nd. And it's sad that we have not reached our goal. I honestly feel some type of way about that, and my feelings are hurt, honestly.
Okay,
so,
I got a couple questions.
Yes, go ahead.
For I Spy. I Spy, I know your name. I can't think of it right now, but I think I do know your name. Anitra. Okay. Now, here's a couple things. You can go live on your phone through StreamYard. There's other avenues of going live. You can do it. One, two. Sometimes the thing is, sometimes we have to build our own selves. Right? We don't come on with somebody that's big in YouTube that can shout us out and get us 20,000 subscribers in that first day. Some people are lucky to get that. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you got to get creative with it. And if you do the same thing every day, you're going to get the same thing every day. Okay. So I say, that's why I say these challenges, these collaborations, invent one, I Spy. Come up with a collaboration for resellers if that's your genre. Anitra, I'm sorry, I'm still calling you by your YouTube name. Invent something. Come up with a collaboration that you could post out to people and say, hey, let's all get together and do this. Because if you could get even 10 people with different levels on their channel to join into this, that's 9 more people's subscribers that you possibly have eyes on your channel.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then you show your style in the person that in your personality in those videos. You give out your tips, certain tips. Everybody is specialized in something. Like I spoke about Will on my video. He does the way he raps. I had never noticed that before until I saw. Now it's common. I know I see a lot of people do it, but I never noticed that before. So that was a tip I picked up from him. So I say that to say everybody got a tip. Derrick got a lot of knowledge when it comes to where to list, what, you know what I mean, your limitations as far as your income and what's reported, what's not. With all of these things, Derrick could be given out, which would attract people to his channel. You see what I'm saying? So I say that. So I want you to look into things like that and watch and see if your channel grows. Get in there, get in live videos, put your name out there.
That's
you
the thing.
Get into these videos. And in this chat, I've met so many people from coming to Derrick and Regina's chats because of this that I would have never known on YouTube. Yep. I would have never known these people and they would have never known me. Get your name, talk, meet people, speak to people when you come into the chats. These are all the things that will build up your channel.
Yep. And my feedback is this. I'm going to be a little bit cut raw with it. That's two things. That's two things. Number one, African American, right? Let's just talk about it. You're African American. There's a huge community of African Americans out here. If just Regina, what's the hashtag?
Black content creators.
There's a hashtag, Black content creator. If you put that in, number one, I always try to support my people. I support everybody. Don't hit me with that bullshit. I'm sorry, Regina. I know it's your channel, but you know how raw I am about that. It pisses me off. You guys, first and foremost, I'm a human. And second of all, I'm a Black human. So I love my people. I love supporting my people, but I support everyone. So miss me with that, all that other nonsense. We know the community is smaller for our African-American content creator provider. So it takes a little longer for us to grow. It truly does. But what you need to do, step outside your comfort zone. Step outside your comfort zone. I had picked up so many great followers, and I call our YouTube friends, just stepping outside of my comfort zone. Man, I'm over here watching duck hunting videos. Man, I'm over there commenting in there, and I actually like the content. I'm over here in the Filipino chats early in the morning because it's about 9:00 p.m. over there at that time. I'm listening to them singing and hanging out because it's good energy for me. I love that. And I gained a lot of subscribers from them. We support each other 100%. Makeup, home deco. All these people are outside my normal realm, which is reselling.
Yeah.
And it's only because I found interest in it. It's outside of my realm. I like it. And so I jump in their lives. I jump in their chats. They jump in my lives. They jump in my chats. They jump in my comments. I'm in their comments. It's literally you building relationships. And I promise you, there's no magic to it. There's nothing magical about building a YouTube. Everyone says, oh my God, you have to put this, you have to do this, you have to do that on YouTube. Please tell me this. Tell me this. Does anybody work for YouTube? Raise your hand if you work for YouTube in this joint. No one works for YouTube. So
no
how do y'all
one knows
know
the algorithm?
How do y'all know the algorithm? Y'all don't know. Y'all are guessing. Y'all are guessing just like we all are. Go support people, humans. Human beings is what drives your channel. YouTube, the algorithm and all that, blah, blah, blah. But you need people. You
Right.
need people in your chats, on your channel. Get out there, be involved in these other chats and channels. Get outside your bubble. Stop being so closed off and closed minded to where you don't allow yourself to grow. And I think that's where we miss out a lot. And it's not about, I love our Black content providers. I really do. But I watch a lot of other stuff too. I watch a lot of other stuff. It's not just about us all the time. We got to get outside our comfort zone and support one another just as human beings and watch different content providers, different categories. I promise you, if you do that, go into different live at least once or twice a week, you will slowly see that growing. I promise you will. You cannot go wrong with that.
Yeah.
And people have so many different opinions about you need to niche down.
Oh,
you
God.
need to stay in one area. But I see so many people doing different things. That's why they have lifestyle channels, because they like to do different things. And lifestyle and vlogs bring in a lot of traffic.
Yep. That's why I was vlogging for the longest and didn't realize that that's what I was doing. It's my life. What I'm doing that day is what you're going to get.
Yep. It's massive.
Yeah.
Let me read Noel. She said, I feel like I'm way up in the chat. I feel like personally, and I feel that the personality and knowledge, but I can't seem to find the people who have the same morals and or honesty that I do. And the crap people say and do is what the crap people say and do is just killing me. I know. Stick to you, man. Like grow your channel how you want to grow. It's probably not going to be as fast as you want if you're out there throwing the truth, but it will grow. I promise you, there are people out there that likes that same stuff. I promise you.
It is.
Look at me. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. My channel. I'm probably one of the rawest people out there. I tell people to unsubscribe from my channel all the time. All the time. And I have never went out there, and every now and then I post something about my goal, I hit my goal. I stopped doing that shit because that's my own personal goal. I have grown my channel without really even trying. I've grown my channel from like 600 subscribers 2 months ago to right now I'm right about 900, right? And that's simply just being engaged. I'm not out there asking for people to subscribe to me. When I go to someone's channel, you know what I do when I'm checking out their video and I like their content? I drop a comment in their chat. I'm like, look, hey, new supporter here, like what you're doing. And then I continue to support them because I like their channel. Guess what? 9 times out of 8, maybe 8 out of 10, they're going to turn right back around, jump on your channel and be like, hey, return the love. And then now you build a relationship. Now you comment on their video. They start commenting on your video because they realize you're not a troll and you're just there for subscribers. You've now built a solid follower at that point. And that's how you do it. You support each other. These people out here, they're saying, oh, it's about I'm gonna talk about that on my night show because I'm gonna start going off. But my thing is this: you got people out there trying to tell you how to build your channel. They have 10,000 subscribers, but they get 200 views on their videos. Shut the hell up forever.
And how you know what that kind of channel is? That kind of channel is somebody who had it at one time and then because it gets boring. And that's why I find that if you are, first of all, there's a lot of people who popped out in the resellers niche lately. In the last year, watch out. Everybody has picked up a camera in the resell. Everybody and their mother. Whether you got 2 subscribers or whether you got 100,000. Everybody's doing it. And more people are under the 1,000 subscriber range and that is the, I call them new channels. But you might not be new, like just started yesterday, but I call it new or young because it didn't reach its peak yet. Okay. So I say that to say, you got to be something different. What makes me out of the, 15,000 channels out here, what makes me want to watch you? Show me something different. A vlog channel is not bad if you're going to be in the resellers niche because it hasn't even grabbed hold of YouTube yet. Right. It's still new, but everybody jumped on it so fast.
It's tiny.
Like pranks jumped out. And there was a few more front runners, and there was a few more, and then it just became funny, and people watch prank channels. Yeah. To me, I don't like them. But I just, a lot of people do watch, and that's a way to go. But vlogs is your everyday. Say you're not doing anything reselling that day, but you're out and you went out and you're going out to a farmer's market, and you're going to pick up fresh vegetables, and you're just hanging out that day. Let your subscribers get to know you. See, you drive into the car, do a little car chit chat. You get to the farmer's market, and the tomatoes are fresh and pretty and all the colors, and you show a little of that. And then when you get home, you might be putting away laundry, and you do that, and you might cook up some of them vegetables and make a fresh salad. Your viewers want to see, they want to know who you are, other than we picked up this today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That gets so
it's
boring.
robotic and it's boring.
It really
and
is.
People want to see your personality.
Yes. And they want to see the other half of you. What else do you do in life? You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I know it sounds strange, but it's the truth. It's natural. It's nature. People are interested in people.
Yes.
You know?
Yep. Yeah. I see a lot of great comments, and sorry we're missing some in here. Noel said I backed away from a lot of people recently. What they say, what they do are not the same. Absolutely. I was hurt, trash, and hurt by someone who was nothing, and now fairly large and wowie. Yeah, look, a lot of people gravitate around fakeness. Yeah, I mean, they pull views. I know we've all been in a situation, and we feel like our channel is better than other people's, right? Because of the content. We put out better content. And you look at their videos, and you're like, what is drawing people to them? Right? And you look at it all the time, and we gotta stop doing that. We gotta stop doing it, because you're gonna rack your brain. Let's not try to figure that out. Let's try to figure out how we can get people to watch you. How about that? Let's not figure out the fakeness that they're doing, especially if
other people are doing. You can't. Here's the thing, guys. Here's a big secret I'm getting ready to give out for free. It ain't about you when it's YouTube. It ain't about what you like. It ain't about going to the thrift store and buying what you like, because you ain't keeping it. If you're a reseller, you're not keeping it. So you got to pick up what people like. And sometimes you got to look at that. And when I tell you, even the trending app, when it comes to YouTube, sometimes you have to, if you really are just looking to build your channel and you don't care what kind of content you put out, the trending channel is for you, because the trending tab, because you can see all the weird stuff people are doing to get people to watch. Yes. You can do that.
They go viral.
But also, if you are a thrifter and you're doing thrift with me or thrift hauls, nobody wants to know. I got this because it was pink and that's my favorite color. Well, everybody else don't like pink. Nobody's
you don't give a damn about what you like.
You gotta get all types of stuff for everybody, because somebody else wants something. Like I said, this. Would I ever buy? Wait, where's my camera? Right here. This thing. Y'all, believe it or not, this was in a bag. I paid what? $2.92 for. And in that bag that I paid $2.92, this is from 1959. It was made. It is a cat gun belt buckle. The cat gun actually comes out.
Yes.
I forget how you do it, but
I was gonna buy it from Joan. When I saw that, Joan, I was so excited. You know, I'm a toy person, so that immediately caught my attention.
This is by Mattel, and it's a Derringer.
Yep.
This comes off of here some kind of way. I did it earlier. But I say that to say these things sell between $40 and $80, and the bag was $2.92.
Yep.
Wow.
And I saw a bag of toys. I saw a couple resellers picking up toys. I was like, you know what? I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to pick it up and see what it is. Little doodads, I call it. And so I say that to say I would never want this. But a lot of people, because I had a lot of people ask about this on that video. Yeah. A lot of people want this. But I say that to say this right here, y'all. This is right here. This is an antique letter opener.
It looked like a prison shank, John.
Don't it? But wait, I'm trying. My camera is backwards. That's what it is. This is like a green enamel with these beautiful flowers on it, right? And it's brass. And this was in a bag of kitchen. I use those things for my paint when I'm, redoing furniture or something. And I stir my furniture like the spatulas. This was in it. And this is like an $80 piece or more. Yeah.
Yep.
So I say reach out different ways. You never know, how much money, and then you can reach more consumers. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's all, y'all.
I'm going to speed through these comments. Victoria, I'm up a little bit. It says you also have to get out your click and start going to channels you aren't sub to and see what others are putting out there. Absolutely.
Right. And eBay Addict said, leave comments on other people's channels. How people are going to get to know you if you're not going to even leave a comment.
Joan is real good for that.
In this reselling community, one of the most popular people out here is Sugar Honey Iced Tea. She don't even have a channel, but you know what it is? She goes on everybody. She engages all day long with anybody. She'll pop on your channel and she will become your moderator. She'll take the job. Okay. She will take, and she's one of the best moderators I've ever had.
Yep.
And when I tell you, I didn't even realize at first that she didn't have a channel. I thought she had a channel.
You thought she was like 20,000 deep.
Yes. So I say that. Look at what if she had a channel, she would be pretty big.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, you got Rescue and Resale Renee. She says, Derrick, you took the time to help me set up and prep for my first live ever I was invited to. For that, friend, I'm forever grateful. Hey, I respect the real ones. That's all I gotta say. I Spy said, honestly, I was starting to think people was prejudiced against us because we were Black women in the jewelry community. Honestly, that was my honest opinion, because my personality is cool, funny. Yeah, it's not that. It's a little harder for us. It is, because support starts with your own community. And we know how our community don't support like we should, but there's support out there. And if you're putting out good content, it doesn't matter what color you are, they will find you. I promise you.
Right.
The nicely seller, cause the other race channels that resell have big views because they watch and support each other. Yep. I just said it. That's exactly.
Support each other.
Yeah, absolutely, John.
I started out, I started out as a thrifter, but y'all know, I thought I invented the jewelry jar. I swear I did, until I found out Thelma Thrift and all of them had a hand in it. But I was in jewelry for about 2.5 years. Most people know me for being, in the jewelry community. And I'm Black. A lot of people don't know I'm Black, but I am Black. I'm African American. But I say that lighter on the skin tone, but I'm still. Yeah,
you light skin. We coming back.
But anyway, I am. So I did not feel that I was knocked out of that. What knocked me out of the jewelry community is I didn't want to sell, because I was getting a lot of people that expected me to sell them brand new stuff. And I just don't want to tarnish my name in the selling when it came to YouTube. I just did not want to do that when it came to that. It started getting busy, but I didn't feel kicked out of I didn't feel like it was a racial thing with jewelry. I mean, I think people just wanted good jewelry.
Yeah.
And I happen to have good jewelry. So I was accepted in that. But and then I stepped away and I lost a lot of viewers from that, stepping away. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I just wanted to.
No, don't apologize. No need. Fonzie yesterday said, yes, I love the relationships with people. That's the best. It absolutely is. Sugar Honey, if you haven't already, please take a moment, hit the thumbs up on the live. Yes, I want you going to do that. Don't stop playing. Turn that gray thumb blue. It does not hurt you. Shout out to everyone who jumped in here and we missed you. Risk Volcano. There's tons of people that jumped in here. Sorry if we missed you. Regina is popping your stuff up on the screen. So much love and support. We love and support y'all. Even though Derrick loves a ram, he's still a homie. You know what, Hyphy? Rams all day, baby. We got Farm Girl Scavenger said, Derrick, I must say the Black content providers seem to be more real, honest, and my type of people. A lot of them are. I can't say that. A lot of them are. It may be a pushback against. A lot of people don't like the real, though. Let's keep it 100. A lot of people don't like the real, and it takes a special person to be able to accept that, and it's okay. I'm okay with their growth being that slow, but I think you're right on that. Look at Regina.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
For Joan, do you think that when people go on these sites and they pay for subs, do you think that gives other people a fair advantage on YouTube? Because
look at her face.
If they're paying for so many subs and then we have to do it, the hard way, the slow way, do you think that can be a problem and grow?
It comes back to bite them. It comes back to YouTube has a tool now that every now and then you ever go on your channel and then all of a sudden you're down. Just the other night, I was down 40 subscribers. As soon as I got off my Saturday Night Live, I was down 40 subscribers. And I say that because they have a tool to come, all the bots that are on your channel, they can swipe all those bots. People who haven't watched in a while, they're swiped away from your channel.
They are.
So all of that catches up in a long run. And then two, you know you're boring, but you got 40,000 subscribers in 2 weeks. Now you know you're boring. You put up nothing. And then your view, you still have to get people to come back and watch.
Yeah.
People still, for you to make any money. So you might have a high number. I know somebody who actually is on here in sort of the same community. When I saw those numbers shoot up to where I was like, what, where, how? You know what I mean? Like, who's doing that? Then I realized what it was. Then you get to start getting the emails. Once your channel gets to be a certain amount, you start getting those emails. Hey, would you like to buy 1,500 subscribers? Would you like to buy 20,000 subscribers? No, I wouldn't. I like the way I've been over a little over 10,000, about 10,500 subscribers for a while now.
Yeah.
And I'm fine. I haven't, promoted my channel in any way to try to get out here and do anything. At one point I said I was going to do it to give away a camera, and then I took that video down. I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Nope.
I'd rather have people who are actually going to be here and watch.
Yeah.
And people who are attracted to subscribing to my channel, they're welcome. And I do live videos where I try to give out as much information and help channels grow. I try to do as much as I can with my subscribers. But then that comes back to bite you, because now I've had at least, I'm going to say on the low end, 500 people start channels from my lives since I started. And all of them expect me to watch their videos every day. And I get to as much as I can. Sometimes I'll binge one channel and then I'll get to another one and I'll binge, but I can't do everybody because I got to actually keep my channel going. I got to get out here in these streets and get some content from my channel. You know what I mean?
Let's touch on that, Joan. I know we're running long, but I just think the conversation is so good. I'm sorry, guys.
It's very good.
Yeah, it is good. Let's touch on that. Now, we touch on it a lot.
Y'all know how my lives go.
Yeah. The Joan be on for 36,000 hours. She'll have 15,000 views on her live. Let's talk about, look, and I keep saying this because it's so important to everyone that's on the chat, to anyone that may be listening in the background. Thank you, Sunflower Sweet, for jumping in here. For anyone who may be watching or listening, please, and I'm literally pleading to you, please respect the fact that people are humans and we have lives. If you don't see somebody commenting on your video that normally comments in a few weeks, please don't unsubscribe from them. Just know that they probably have something going on in their life.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you reach out to them and be like, hey, I haven't seen you around in a while. Are you okay? All right. Yeah. Stop taking things personal. We got stuff we need. I'm subscribed to so many people. There's no way in heck that I'm going to be able to flow through and look at all of your videos every single time you drop one. Not going to happen. So sorry. But
yeah, and I try. I mean, I really do. Like,
yeah.
Even like I'll call out, some of my subscribers are like, well, you haven't been watching. And I'll call out, yes, I did. You did this, you did that. I might have my TV going. I'm watching while I'm doing something and, listening for the most part. So I know what you're doing. I got it running. You know what I mean? And I can tell you exactly what you did on your last video because I did see it. Because my TV is constantly going. When I'm awake, YouTube is up on me, so I can catch so many people. I just go down my subscribe list with the videos every day. Sometimes it'll be something so good that I'll pop on and just leave hearts because I'm in the middle of doing something. Or sometimes I might say a couple words, but I'm watching videos all day long.
She leaves hearts on mine.
Yeah.
Look, our hearts. We appreciate all comments, man. Like regardless, it could be you can come in through and drop and you'll hear these big channels say, man, that interaction. If they're not watching your channel, they're not really giving you views. I don't give a damn. Look, if you just if you're taking the time to just jump on my video and leave me a comment, that means so much more to me because this is people take shit too seriously.
Yeah.
Right. If you leaving a comment, you literally took time. It could be the dumbest comment in the world. I don't care. You took the time to type out, go to my channel, go to the comments, click, type, send a comment to me. That is a lot more. That means a lot more to me than anything.
Right.
Then and I get it. We want the watch time, and that will come in time. It will. I promise you, it will come in time. those people leaving the comments, they're the ones that's probably going to come back, especially if it's you see them happening consistently. That time will build up. That's what for me, you want that engagement. I know they say engagement doesn't mean anything if they're not watching. Shut the hell up with all that. Look, I want the engagement. I want you to be involved with the chat. Like, to me, it just makes it that much more special. That's just me, but that's
that
all.
builds relationship.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you know what? People, you know what? What I would really like to see in the next week is 3 people come up with different collaborations in this community on this chat.
That'd be great.
3 people. I don't care how big your channel is. If you got an idea, put it out there, and then come back and ask Regina and Derrick to promote it for you and say, "Hey, let's all get involved." Because the more people that get involved, and on everybody has extra eyes on their channel. That you guys, I want you guys just to see, including the collab that I have, how many more subscribers and viewers you pick up from that. From
crazy,
getting
right?
involved in that collab.
Yep.
I really would like you guys to see, because that's how I built my channel up. Getting involved in collabs, creating collabs, being involved with people, being involved with my and fully engaging with my subscribers. That's exactly how I built my channel.
That's great advice.
Yep. Sugar Honey Iced Tea and Jennifer Hayes. Jennifer Hayes has a channel. She don't drop much on her channel, but you would think she's kind of like Sugar Honey Iced Tea. You would think she has 800,000 followers, right? Because they moderate the hell out of these, right? That's what they do. And they do it out of their own personal time. You don't, that's when you know, and that's when you know you got something going on, when you got a person like Sugar Honey Iced Tea or Jennifer pop in your chat and they just start doing random shit for you and you don't even know why.
And I am just so honored by that.
Hold up, Jennifer, if I'm not mistaken, you started your channel from my lives, didn't you?
Yeah, that's what she said.
Like big time. And like that, when I did jewelry, Jennifer was up in there controlling the jewelry. Yeah.
She's so helpful
with me since like the beginning of my time.
Yeah. I Spy Queen said, I just want to thank anyone who just subscribed to our channel. I truly appreciate it, and I will return the love and support. What for you, I Spy, since we kind of honed in on you a little bit, I just want you to not get discouraged. Please, not get discouraged. Jump outside of your comfort zone. Go back and look at your beginning videos to where you're at now. And if you're kind of in the same spot, change a little bit up, right? Do something a little different. The only way you're going to grow is getting things outside of your realm, right? Because you don't corner yourself. Keep putting out content that you like and that you will watch, because the last thing you want to do is start putting out videos that you don't like yourself. Continue doing what you like, but maybe tweak it a little bit. Just do something. Go ahead, Regina.
Maybe go out and when you're going to shop for your jewelry, show them where you're going or where you're stopping to eat. Just kind of change the scenery up some.
Victoria right there. And let me tell you about Victoria. I can never catch Victoria's show in the morning because she comes on at like 6 a.m. my time. And I promise you, I'm not up watching YouTube at 6 a.m. Not happening. But Victoria says, I'm up for a collab with anyone that doesn't normally watch or is not sub to me. I will help both their channels. Hit me up. There's her information right there. Victoria is such a, Regina will tell you, Victoria is such, her and Nana Tink, they're such a pleasure in our community, in the reselling community. Just a joy. So nice. They do everything on their channels. Oh my God. They collab, they do games, they do auctions, they do everything. So if you want to
invite everybody.
Yes. Yep. Come as you are, as they say. But she is a great person to collab with. Matter of fact, you know what I would love is for I Spy Queen for you to reach out to Victoria.
Yes.
That is 100% outside of your realm, but Victoria is such an amazing person.
She is.
It will throw you into a whole nother platform. I promise you that will be a W for you. That will be
think about it. You'll have I Spy Queen subs looking at Victoria. Victoria's looking at I Spy Queen. Not to mention anybody else who joins that challenge will be, and I'm up to these challenges, guys. I know I got my own going, but ones that I can join, I will definitely join it. Now I can't collab with another one in the middle of one. But what I will, because I ain't driving myself crazy. But I will be joining. I will be joining in on these collabs. So y'all keep me posted on who's doing it.
So there you go. There's a connection. Let's get ready to sign off of here. We're at 2 hours. We're gonna give away this $10 Starbucks gift card. All you simply need to do to win a Starbucks gift card is tell us how long was Joan in the police force. We've said it so many times.
Mm-hmm.
How many years was Joan in the police force?
First person in the chat.
We've said it a lot of times on here. How many years was Joan in the police force? For a $10 gift card.
Yep. Hip hop thrifter got it.
All right.
Garland. Garland came out the block with it. Hey, Garland.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Garland.
That coffee.
Yeah, that's literally, it's a coffee and one cake pop. That's what you can get with $10 at Starbucks now. Because that coffee is going up, man. It's like $6, man. It's crazy. Unless you drink regular coffee. But Garland, if you have an Instagram, that's the best way to reach me. Hit me on my Instagram. Yeah, 4:30 a.m. my time. That's definitely not happening. Hit me on Instagram in my inbox. Shoot me your telephone number. I'll shoot that over to you virtually, real simple. And you just simply scan it from your phone. She said, I appreciate you guys.
And there's Nana.
There she is.
Nana. There she is.
There she is. She's amazing.
Noelle, don't forget to reach out to me through email. That's the easiest way. I'll get right back to you tomorrow, and we'll work with each other's time to set up for something. At least probably maybe like Monday, Tuesday next week. Yeah,
Noelle, don't forget that. I think that'd be good for just to pick someone's brain. That's all. Noelle, you're doing good already. It just will help enhance you.
Right.
Thank you guys all again for joining us tonight. We had a great show with Miss Joan, Miss Thrift Queen.
Pleasure.
Yeah, thank y'all so much for having me. I appreciate you guys.
Joan is the second person we've had back more than once. The other was Dante, the homie, but Joan is the only one we've had more than once. So it says a lot about her, and we are highly appreciative of her taking time out of her day to come on and talk with us and hang out. It's always a pleasure. Joan, you know how we like to do it. When we sign off, we like to have you end it on something positive. We're going to pull you up on the main screen. Now, let us know what you got for the people.
Okay, y'all. Like I said so much in here. The thing is, with you guys just starting out your channels, or your channels are still young and haven't moved on, just keep it going. And like I said, get into these collabs and don't give up. Because like I said this, I did put a video out on wait, I can't even talk. I put a video out on this, so I'm not going to go into it in too much depth. But there's many reasons to start a channel. And one, it could just be your diary. It could just be a video diary for you. Two, it could be to just meet people. Or it could be out there just to make a couple of extra dollars every month. But then you might want to blow up. So just don't give up on what you wanted, but be realistic about it and get involved in these collabs. Check out my intro. You can get involved in that one. That's one of the easiest ones you'll find. But that's it, guys. I want to thank you so much. And, if you want to follow me, follow me. I'm over there. I'm a real hot mess, but I'm real. That's all. I'm real.
Yes.
All right. That was Miss Joan, Thrift Queen. All our information is below in the description in our live. Continue to drop your own chat, your own links in the chat as we're signing off here. I will leave Miss Regina Renee. Miss Regina Renee. We'll leave her for last. Mine is not much. Mine is not much at all. What I will say, no matter what content you have out here, and I'm only going to focus on YouTube. No matter what content you have out here on YouTube, continue to push towards whatever your goal is here on YouTube. It doesn't matter what your own personal goal is. Don't let anyone dictate what your goals are on YouTube. If you just want to have 50 subscribers, congratulations to you. Once you hit that 50, you hit your goal. All right. Throw a goal out there. Go for it. Don't be afraid to, as we've been saying, jump outside the box. Don't be afraid to collab. It's only going to help you grow. I promise you, it's only going to help you grow. Not only on YouTube, But maybe you need to have that reflect on you in life in general. Maybe you're so tunnel vision that you don't see things going on around you. You're so quick to blame other people for your failures in life that maybe you need to take a step back and say it was you. Right? You think about things that happen to you in life. Let's go relationships in general. You've been in one relationship after another, and you keep blaming the other person. No, the deciding factor in that and the remaining factor in that is you. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's your choices. Maybe it's you as a person. Maybe it's the things you do. You got to take a step back and really reflect upon yourself. And maybe you got to break yourself down to the foundation and figure out what you're doing wrong. Mm-hmm. And that goes into YouTube as well. Figure out what you're not doing and start doing that better. And that's all I got.
There you go.
Yes. And I just want to thank everybody once again for coming out and supporting us. Thank you so much, John, for being on the show a second time. I appreciate you. You know, you inspire me. So I'm just so happy to have you on again. And I just want to encourage people, don't give up and stay on the path that you have chosen for yourself, because sometimes we can get sidetracked by looking at other people's numbers, looking what other people are doing or what we feel like people that's doing that's popular. But do what speaks to you. Stay true to yourself. Stay authentic, because people can see when you're being fake. So always be yourself. And also, I want to thank Sugar Honey Iced Tea for letting me know that my mask was on backwards. She pointed out that I had my mask upside down. So I just want to thank you, Sugar Honey Iced Tea.
That's my girl.
And I want to thank Jennifer Hayes for always showing out here by dropping these links for us. So just thank you all so much.
That's the good analogy. All right, guys, we appreciate y'all. Y'all have a lovely night. I personally care about all of you guys, and I wish you nothing but success. And hopefully you have a great night. We out of here. Peace.
Good night, y'all.